Welcome you to all. In this semester, I am going to handle electrical technology subjects. In these subjects, there are total 6 units. First unit is DC motor. In this unit, we are going to see types of motor, construction, working principle, and characteristics of the DC motors, why we require the starters, what is the back EMF and its significance. In second unit, we are going to see construction and working of three-phase induction motor, torque speed characteristic of three-phase induction motor, torque and speed equation of three-phase induction motor. The third unit is related to the second unit, that is the three-phase induction motor control. In this unit, we are going to see why we require the starters for three-phase induction motor, different types of starters like DOL starter, star delta starter, auto transformer starter, and there is one concept, that is a VFD, voltage frequency control, and reversal direction of induction motor, means how we reverse the direction of induction motor. That all part we will cover in unit number 3. Unit number 4 is the fractional horsepower motors. In fractional horsepower motor, we are going to see different types of motor like single phase induction motor, AC servo motor, DC servo motor, and stepper motor. Next unit is unit number 5, that is electrical drives. In that unit, we are going to see what is the drive, types of drive, 4-quadrant operation of the drive, and last point is criteria of selection of motor for different application. And next unit, that is unit number 6, is electrical heating. In that unit, we will cover construction, working of different types of furnace, and numerical treatment. First point is the basic term, that all basic terms we required for the whole subject. First term is magnets and its properties. Basically, there are two types of magnet. First one is the permanent magnet. Permanent magnet is the magnet which are having its own magnetic properties, and second is the electromagnet. It means the electromagnet means we are generating the magnetic property in the iron rod. So firstly we consider a iron rod, and coil is mounting on iron rod. When current start flowing through the coil, this iron rod behaves as a magnet, and we are going to control the direction of magnetic field in the electromagnet. The properties of magnet is like poles are repel each other and unlike poles are attract each other. Next property is magnetic field. The magnetic field is defined as the region around the magnet within the effect of magnet can be experienced. Consider a magnet having two poles, N pole and S pole. The magnetic field is defined as the region, consider this is the region around the magnet, the effect of the magnet is considered. The effect of the magnet is considered with the help of needle and iron rod or iron piece. Next point is magnetic lines of force. Magnetic lines of force, it is defined as magnetic field of magnet is represented by imaginary lines around the magnet. Consider a magnet having two poles N and S. So there are some imaginary lines are present around the magnet. So these imaginary lines are called as a magnetic lines of force. Next term is magnetic flux. Magnetic flux is defined as a total number of lines of force present in a particular magnetic field. In previous term, we have seen that lines of force, that is, this is the magnet and this is the lines of force. So total number of lines of force present in a magnetic field is called as a magnetic flux, and it is denoted by letter phi. Unit of the magnetic flux measured in Weber, that is WB. Next point is pole strength. Pole strength is defined as every pole has its capacity to radiate or accept certain number of magnetic lines of force is called as a pole strength. Consider this is a magnet having two poles N and S. These two poles having a capacity to radiate or accept certain number of magnetic lines of force. So this capacity is defined as a pole strength. Next term is magnetic flux density. Magnetic flux density is defined as the flux per unit area in a plane at right angle to the flux. Firstly, mathematically it is defined as B is equal to phi divided by A. That is, we understand this concept with the help of the example. This is the magnet N and S pole, and this is the magnetic lines of force. Magnetic flux density is defined as the number of magnetic lines of force passing per unit area. That is, this particular how much flux is passing this particular area is defined as a magnetic flux density. That is how much flux passing through the particular area is known as a magnetic flux density, and it is defined as total flux divided by area. The unit of magnetic flux density is Weber per meter square. Weber is unit of magnetic flux and unit of area is meter square. Next term is magnetic field strength. It is denoted by letter H, and it represents the strongness or weakness of magnetic field. If the value of magnetic field strength is higher, it represents the strong magnetic field. If the value of H is lesser, it represents weak magnetic field. And magnetic field is defined as the force experienced by the unit pole when it is placed at any point in the magnetic field. So firstly we consider a magnetic field. This is the magnetic field, and if we place here one magnet nearer to the magnetic field having N and S pole, so how much amount of force experienced by the unit pole N it represent as a magnetic field strength. Magnetic field strength mathematically expressed as H is equal to ampere turns divided by length. It is mathematically expressed as N multiplied by I divided by L. The unit of magnetic field strength is ampere turn per meter. Next term is MMF. It is also known as a magnetomotive force. Generally we require force to move the object from one place to another place. In case of electrical circuit, for the flow of electrons, we require force. That force is known as a EMF, that is electromotive force. Similarly, in the magnetic field, for the flow of flux, we required force. This force is known as a MMF, that is magnetomotive force. Next term is reluctance. This term is also similar to the resistance. Resistance is defined as it is the opposition to the flow of current. In case of magnetic circuit, to oppose the flow of flux, this term is defined as a reluctance. Reluctance is the opposition to the flow of flux. It is represented by letter S, and it is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the area. And it is measured in ampere turn per Weber. Next term is Lenz law. Lenz law is frequently used in the motors, and it is defined as the induced EMF is opposite to the cause of its production. So, generally the induced EMF is produced due to the flux cutting. So, Lenz law says that the induced EMF is opposite to the cause of its production. So, the induced EMF is tried to oppose the flux cutting. This is known as a Lenz law. Next point is principle of DC motor. The principle of DC motor is based upon Lorentz force equation. Lorentz force equation says that whenever current carrying conductor placed in the magnetic field, force experienced by the conductor. So firstly we consider magnet. These two magnet produces the magnetic field. Consider one conductor. It is connected across DC supply. So Lorentz force equation says that when this conductor carries current and it is placed in the magnetic field, it produces a force. The equation of force is represented by F is equal to B multiplied by I multiplied by L. Here B is the flux density and it is the ratio of total flux divided by area A. I is the current flowing through the conductor and L is the length of the conductor. Next point is construction of DC machine or DC motor. There is no any constructional difference between DC motor and DC generator. Consider DC machine. If we feed or if we give electrical energy to the DC machine, it gives mechanical energy and it is known as a DC motor. The same machine we use and only the change the input energy electrical to the mechanical energy. When we change the energy, the output will electrical energy and it is known as a generator. Now we will see construction of DC motor. DC motor is consist of the different parts. First part is yoke, next field winding, third poles and pole shoes, fourth armature and armature winding, next commutator, next bearings, and right down here last one is brushes. In next slide we will see function and construction of each part.